Okay guys, I've got another couple here, and of course we've met them, and y'all seen them on film just for a few minutes when they were getting ice cream from I believe, but I'm going to let them reintroduce themselves, tell us about their name, their trail name, and anything they want to share with us.
Well, hi, my name is DillyDally and
Trouble.
And we're the Gallivanting Hikers. We're from New York. We started the Appalachian Trail, about a week or so ago?
9 days.
9 days ago. I've always dreamed of hiking the Appalachian Trail. I used to read the trail journals, watch the blogs, and my hubby here is here to support me. So we've been having a really good time on the Appalachian Trail. Of course, it's been sunny. It's going to rain soon.
Yeah, all that fun. Now tell me about how you got your trail names.
Well, we decided to give ourselves our trail names beforehand.
That's okay.
Trouble gave me the name DillyDally.
Now why?
Because at home, I go from here to there. I like to talk to people.
On the trail too.
On the trail. My kids bet that I never would get out of Georgia because they figured I'd be talking to everybody. And Trouble, do you want to tell them about your name?
Yeah, so when we first met, brought her home, and my mother said, "No, that boy's always going to be Trouble."
Ah, and
But it's very innocent Trouble, believe me.
that was a while back, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been, and it sounds like you're the one that's been more excited about it for the longest period of time. When did you first hear about the Appalachian Trail? Can you remember
So
Decade.
yeah.
that? When you was a young girl?
Oh, no, because I was from the Bronx. I never heard of a trail or a forest or
Okay.
anything. Probably the first time we tried to hike Mount Washington, which we were very novice at. I had blue jeans and sneakers and a cotton t-shirt on.
Mhm.
Had no idea. We didn't even make it to the top. And that was probably, about 18 years ago?
But you would have known the AT was there then or not? The Appalachian
No,
Trail?
I didn't know anything except we did meet a thru hiker at that point. And very briefly, they told us about the Appalachian Trail. And then we started hiking, and over time, we gained experience.
Yeah, and you started reading not vlogs, whatever.
The trail
blogs,
journals.
Trail journals.
And of course, we live near the Appalachian Trail. So
Well,
we
that's what I mean, yeah.
Right. And then, of course, we met the vintage hikers.
Yeah, and I want to get into that because that's where I was kind of going with this. So you had some background and knowledge of the hiking of the community, and you were reading blogs or watching YouTube and wanted to help a hiker? That's
Yes.
kind of what happened?
Yes. Well, even before the vintage hikers, we had helped a family of, 8?
Yeah, the oars.
And they came to our home and everything, and we provided trail magic on the trail for them. So, trail magic is a give and take. You get a lot more out of it when you give to people than actually that you're giving away.
Don't tell them that. They'll know we're having fun.
It's truly a blessing.
It is. Now, that experience last year when you helped Rich and Law, I guess, was that the first time you did it to that degree with the slack packing and stuff?
Yeah. We slack packed them through Jersey and New York.
Yeah. I knew y'all did because we're still in touch about that. And do you think by doing that, did that help you any as far as preparing for your hike?
100%. Like I said, when we had the vintage hikers, they taught us so much more about the Appalachian Trail than we ever knew.
Yeah, and we developed a friendship, and we've called them and said, how do you do this, or how do you do that?
And even gear and stuff, I'm assuming?
Absolutely. And Rich is, we call him the MacGyver of the Appalachian Trail. He knows every hack going on every piece of gear on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, that's true. And so now that you've been out here and you've got your own through hike, has anything surprised you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, tell me.
I'm gonna get choked.
That's okay. That's okay. We all do that a lot. we all do that a lot. Yeah, that's the number one answer.
And I've said this. We hike day hikes all the time in the New York, New Jersey area on the Appalachian Trail. And whenever I stopped a hiker, I always asked them, what was the best part? And they would say the people. I never understood because I thought it was the views and the journey. But the minute I stepped foot on the Appalachian Trail, it is so true. It's really about the people on the trail.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling. I cannot even put it into words.
Yeah, that's number one answer, and we talk about it all the time off camera also. Now, y'all are using your car, which is that's different than a lot of people, and that it's got its advantages and it's got its disadvantages. Which do you think outweighs, the disadvantage or the advantages?
So right now, we sort of planned it up to the smoke piece, and I think it's an advantage in the fact that, you know, when you zero, you can move around a little more and not be as dependent on the shuttle drivers and things like that. Plus, bringing from home, we brought a lot of our own gear and things like that.
Resupply box.
Yeah, because you can have it in your car. You don't have to go to the store. Just get it out of the car.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we had looked in it before we left, but with the COVID, we couldn't get a rental car. So we decided to take the car, and I'm glad we did it for this point anyway.
Yeah, it was somewhat of a last minute decision to come, so.
And you've talked about you getting ready to get off, I think, for some, you know, taxes or something. You're going home, so that's going to. Now, do you think at this point that you will continue to use the car all the way, or will there be some sections you just leave it up almost at home?
Well, I mean, once we sort of hit Pennsylvania to Massachusetts, I mean, we could work from home and do different things like that.
But once you get past Massachusetts, would you take the car to New Hampshire and all
if we
that?
can arrange, do the same arrangements. I mean, down here, there's so much more resources that support the trail, so we do it. But if it works out, yeah, sure. Yeah, I think it's a great advantage. You know, especially if we have to run home for family reasons, emergencies, something like that. Especially now, I mean, you can't even get a rent-a-car one-way direction or anything like that.
And all your gear is working pretty well.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any comments about the gear?
No, everything's working good.
What surprised us is how warm it is in Georgia.
Right now.
Because coming from the north, and then right away we had 50, 60, 70 degrees. I wasn't expecting that. I had to put sunscreen on.
I'm going to call you next Sunday.
Yeah, it is going to go down.
I looked at the weather report, so we'll talk to you next Sunday. And with this wind, I'm looking out the door. I may call you tomorrow. If somebody called you tonight and said, hey, you know what? We just had this crazy idea. We're going to hike the Appalachian Trail next year. We want you to give us our first piece of advice. What would you be?
Don't overthink it, because I think that's the best one.
Well,
And guess what? Rich gave us that advice.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody you want to say hello to before we let you go? I know it's been a busy day, and I know you need some rest before you take tomorrow, because you'll be going in the woods with 4 days of rain in front of you, so be careful while you're out there. And so who you might want to shout out to?
I would love to have a shout out to Jimmy and I Believe, and to thank you both tremendously.
Yeah.
What a ministry that you have, truly.
Okay.
And that's it.
But somebody back home, you're bound to.
Yeah, we got all our kids. If you start naming them.
And grandkids and friends
And dogs and cats and
yes, our dog.
neighbors and governors and everybody else. Okay, guys, we've enjoyed meeting you. It's been fun being around, spending time with you. Looking forward to spending more time with you up the trail, but God bless every step between here and Katahdin, and let's get out of here and go to bed.
Thank you.